Alright guys, this is a little bit of a pre-vac video. I did about half the floor already, but it's almost everything in this carpet. And this is also my rant about why I like to use the Kirby vacuums for the work that I do. I do a lot of residential carpets, but to me this is still commercial work because I'm working for a company doing their rental properties, and these carpets have everything under the sun, and I mean, like, we're talking earrings, small nails, hairpins, a lot of stuff that I might not be able to see, shards of glass, panties. Man, we have everything. Like, let's keep on looking. What else we got? We've got we just got some dirt. All of this stuff. I have no idea what this big mixture of stuff is. I mean, we've got cigarette stuff, more glass. I actually picked glass up off the floor already, and like some broken ceramic, whatever, like plates or something like that. And there could be a lot of pieces of that stuff in the floor. I picked up a lot of hairpins, but then we have things that I just don't really get a chance to see. So with the Kirby, okay, so like, let me give you a bit of a backstory about why I even bought the Kirby in the first place. This would be my third Kirby. I have a Century or two that I'm using for my own personal use. That's my vacuum. I don't use that for work. I won't use that for work at all. I have a Centria, which is this one, and then I also have an Ultimate G, the standard Ultimate G, and I use the Ultimate G for pet work. Anything in a home where someone has pets, because you don't want to take the same vacuum in a house where someone has had pets and then put it into a house where someone don't have pets, because that vacuum will give off a smell, and a person that don't have pets will really be able to tell because they're not used to it. Well, okay, I don't want to get into that, but so at first I was using a Sanitaire for this stuff. I have a Sanitaire S634. It's one of the 5 amp motor ones, but the problem that I had with it is that a lot of times I would run through at least one belt for every 3 apartments I cleaned. And like, you're talking one belt for every 3 apartments, and you clean 3 apartments a day. That's like one belt a day, and the reason why is not because the Sanitaire wasn't a good vacuum. It is. In a lot of cases, I just picked this up off the floor. That could have went into my vacuum. Or if I had a Sanitaire, that would have got caught right inside the belt, and it would have ripped the belt and broke it eventually. And that's the problem that I had. So I asked, we got pennies. I asked a question on a Facebook group whether they should, like, whether Kirby vacuums or Sanitaire vacuums are better, and better for what. And a lot of people just said, oh, Sanitaire's better. But they never really said better for what. It was just, oh, Sanitaire's better. And like, I asked that question because I already kind of knew what I was looking for. I just wanted to see what other people thought. I'm going to turn this on and hopefully you guys hear me. I just wanted to know what other people thought. And I still went and bought a Kirby anyway. And I've had no problems with belts at all. I can sweep up things. I'm getting ready to show you. Like this would have went into my Sanitaire, and it would have twirled around the fan, and it would have been twirling around the fan, you know, for a very long time, just twirling on around the fan, never going inside the bag. And it would have eventually broke the fan. I already had a chipped fan on it for that reason, because it just twirls things around the fan. Now I know it's probably not meant to pick up a lot of big debris, and I'm probably using the wrong vacuum on the wrong kind of carpet, but that's why I went and got one of these here. Now, I do low moisture carpet cleaning. This agitates the carpet very well. It pulls up a lot of fine dirt, dust, debris, and big dirt and dust and debris, such as shards of glass and hairpins and pennies and all sorts of things like that. I pick them up whenever I run into them, just so that I don't have to vacuum them up. But I'm gonna sweep them up anyway in this video, just to kind of show you, because if I was running a Sanitaire, I would be out of a belt right now. And I kind of got tired of running through one belt per day. Those lovely carpet lines. And I just kind of raise it up when I get to the corner, I mean like the edges, so that way it could suck up debris at the edge so that I don't have to go back and edge it. Oop, it's not run over the cable. See, doing this one-handed is so hard. I need a GoPro. But I'm just giving you a little rant and a pre-vac on why I like the Kirby for what I do. Now that's something caught in the brush roll. It's probably one of those twist ties on bread bags. I didn't really get a lot of stuff caught in the brush roll on my Sanitaire, except for, you know, hair and things like that. But it just wasn't the vacuum for this kind of work. And in a lot of residential settings, you know, like a lot of, you know, like carpets where people live in, you will always run into things that will, you know, like ruin your vacuum, you know, such as shards of glass, pennies, hairpins, nails, fingernails, you know what I mean? And this gets everything up. In fact, I'm gonna do a little test run to see where I got some crazy junk. Like a little nail like that. You know, there's times I probably would have even saw that with my Sanitaire and vacuumed it up. It would have twirled on around the fan for a good 5 minutes or something like that and chipped the fan blade. And I would have to perform maintenance on that vacuum all the time. And that was like the number one thing why people said, you know, they prefer Sanitaire to, you know, for a vacuum, you know, to pre-vac before cleaning carpet, because it's easy to maintain. And it's like, I get it, but it being easy to maintain isn't always such a good thing if you always have to work on it. You know what I mean? But there's different strokes for different folks. And I was probably just using the wrong vacuum for the wrong kind of purpose. And that's my point exactly. If you are into, you know, like residential carpet and you want a really good vacuum that can get almost everything out of the carpet. Usually what I do is I rake the carpet first, and I can see loads of dust flying up and, you know, like little chunks of debris coming up off the ground. And then I go and vacuum it, and then I go back and rake it again, and I don't see anything popping up off the floor after vacuuming it with the Kirby. I used to see that a lot with my Sanitaire, even though it really, it did a really good job. It had a beater bar on the brush roll, which is great. I think that works better for flat carpet, like, like commercial carpet. Actually, I don't really like this vacuum for commercial carpet. I think, I think it, I think once you get the brush roll down to the carpet where you need it, I think it sucks too hard on the floor, and like, it works too hard on the brush roll, because I mean, like, the brush roll is quite stiff on this, and like you can just kind of hear it just working really, really hard. So that's kind of where I would prefer my Sanitaire to be used, is on commercial carpet. But on this high pile carpet, you want something that's really designed for it. Another great thing about this is that it has the light on it. So a lot of times I can see things before I run into them. I'm going to run over that nail. I already need a new fan blade on this because I bought it with a chipped fan. You can kind of hear it whistle a little bit. I didn't personally chip the fan. I bought it like that. There's no telling what could have been vacuumed up. Maybe a rock or something like that. I don't know. So that's why I'm just going to go ahead and sweep up that nail. That's right in the vacuum. You won't hear that twirl around again. And I'm going to kind of show you where the big chunks of debris go. Right inside this part. They all rest in there, instead of twirling around in the fan and breaking the fan blade. I mean, the fan blade is not invincible, but it helps things from twirling around so much. I probably should have did a pre-rake and put the camera on the ground so that way you can see all the dirt and debris. And then did a pre-vac. And then did a rake, like a post-rake, just so you can see how much dirt and debris you don't see again. Which is probably going to be nothing. One-handed now, it's kind of difficult. Shard of glass right there in front. That would have broke my Sanitaire belt instantly. I would have been out of a belt if I would have ran that over and didn't see it before I did. Now, that's not to say that, that I think Kirby is the best vacuum in the world. It's just different strokes for different folks. Different tools for the job. I still have my Sanitaire, and I still use it. But for a very low moisture carpet cleaning guy, or a carpet cleaning guy in general, I want something that can get everything off the carpet. Especially for a very low moisture guy. So let's go to that other room. I just want to do a little bit of vacuum abuse for a minute, just to kind of see what we got, because this already needs a new fan. I got a new fan on the way for this anyway, but I just kind of want to put this on camera. I have no clue what's going to happen. I just want to do it. That's 4 pennies right there. I would never do this to my Sanitaire, because all they'll do is twirl around the fan and spit back out the front, or twirl around the fan and break the fan, or get caught somewhere in the belt and break the belt. So here we go. That last penny, come on. So let's see where they are. Let's see if they're still in this thing, or if they did go up inside the belt. You see how this compartment right here, it hides like big debris, just kind of rests in there that don't really go inside the bag. That's not, that's probably just a little too big to go, like for the vacuum to lift, and it just hides off right in there. Instead of twirling around in your fan and then breaking your fan blades. Even though something like that could break the fan blade on contact, but, it twirling around more, has a higher potential to do it. But I'm going to end this video here because my phone's dying. It was just a rant about why I decided to go with Kirby vacuums for my carpet cleaning business. Very low moisture. Why? It's winter time and I'm on the 3rd floor, and I'm not carrying a portable up here, and I probably won't be using a truck mount for this any day soon. There we go. That's my little pre-vac and rant.